Hey everyone, welcome back to VueX. Get ready for another awesome adventure because we're heading to Western Europe. Can you believe it? We're talking 2 weeks, 7 countries, and tons of memories just waiting to happen. Think famous landmarks, yummy food, and enough culture to make your head spin. We'll tell you all about the must-see spots, the best ways to get around, and how to do it all without spending too much money. From the charming streets of London to the canals of Amsterdam, we've got you covered. So buckle up because this is going to be one epic trip. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Let's get this European party started. First stop, London. This city has it all: history, charm, and maybe even a prince or two. Just kidding, they're all taken. First things first, we're going straight to the Tower of London. This place has seen it all: prisoners, royalty, even a few ghosts, or so I've heard. Now, the Tower of London costs about £25 to get into. But trust me, it's worth every penny. Imagine this: centuries-old walls, those famous beefeater guards, and the dazzling crown jewels. Plus, you might even run into a raven or two. Legend has it that if the ravens ever leave the tower, the kingdom will fall. No pressure, birds. The best way to reach the tower is by the tube, London's underground train system. It's quick, it's easy, and it's an experience in itself. Just try not to make eye contact with anyone. It's an unwritten rule. After a long day of exploring, you'll want a comfy place to rest. We found a great hotel for about £150 a night. A little pricey, but hey, you're on vacation. Day 2 in London and we're ready to go. Today we're diving into history at the British Museum. And the best part, it's totally free. You'll wander through ancient Egypt, see the Rosetta Stone up close, and maybe even learn a thing or two. Just try not to break anything, okay? Those artifacts are like really, really old. Now, to get to the British Museum, hop on a classic red double-decker bus. It's like a sightseeing tour and transportation all in one. Find a seat on the top deck, hold on tight, and enjoy the ride. Don't forget to wave at the tourists on the other buses. They might be waving back at you, or they might be waving at someone behind you. Either way, just keep smiling. After all that history, why not take a walk through Hyde Park? It's like London's version of Central Park, only with more squirrels. And speaking of squirrels, be careful. Some of them are quite bold and might try to steal your snacks. It's like they've never seen a bag of chips before. Tonight, we're staying in the same lovely hotel for another £150. And hey, if you're feeling fancy, why not treat yourself to some afternoon tea? It's very British, very delicious, and it'll give you the energy you need for all that exploring. All right, Europe goers, buckle up because it's time to swap those double-decker buses for baguettes and berets. That's right, we're off to Paris. Day 3 is all about saying bonjour to the City of Lights. You'll hop on the Eurostar, which is basically a magical train that zips you under the English Channel. Don't worry, they have snacks. Once you arrive in Paris, drop your bags, hopefully at a charming Parisian hotel, and head straight for the Eiffel Tower. I mean, you can't go to Paris and not visit the Eiffel Tower. It's like going to Disneyland and not riding Space Mountain. It just doesn't happen. Speaking of the Eiffel Tower, can we talk about how romantic it is? I mean, if you're lucky enough to go with someone special, make sure you get that iconic picture with the tower in the background. And if you're single, hey, more croissants for you. Now, climbing to the top of the Eiffel Tower will set you back about €25, but trust me, the view is worth every euro. You can see the entire city from up there, and it's absolutely breathtaking. Just imagine the Instagram photos. Bonjour from Paris. Day 4 is all about soaking up that Parisian charm. And what better way to do that than to spend the day exploring the Louvre Museum? Get ready to get lost in a world of art, history, and maybe a few too many tourists. Don't worry, it's all part of the experience. Now, you can't go to the Louvre without seeing the Mona Lisa. I know, she's small, she's behind glass, and everyone's trying to get a picture. But it's the Mona Lisa. She's like the Beyoncé of paintings. But the Louvre is so much more than just the Mona Lisa. You've got ancient Egyptian artifacts, Greek sculptures like the Venus de Milo, and enough paintings to fill an entire city. Wear comfy shoes, folks. You're going to be doing a lot of walking. And yeah, here's a little tip from me. The Louvre is free on the first Sunday of every month. So if you're lucky enough to be in Paris, then take advantage of it. Your wallet will thank you. Hold on to your hats, everybody, because it's time to say goodbye to Paris and hello to Amsterdam. On day 5, we're trading in the Eiffel Tower for windmills and canals. Get ready for a city that's as charming as it is quirky. The best way to get to Amsterdam is by hopping on the Thalys train. It's like the Eurostar, but instead of going under the English Channel, it takes you through picturesque countryside. Just try not to fall asleep and miss those views. Once you've checked into your hotel, make a beeline for the Van Gogh Museum. And no, you don't have to be an art buff to appreciate Van Gogh. His paintings are like nothing you've ever seen before. They're bold, they're vibrant, and they'll make you want to pick up a paintbrush yourself. Oh, and speaking of things that are bold and vibrant, Amsterdam is known for its canals. Later, we'll talk about taking a canal tour. But for now, just imagine cruising down those waterways, surrounded by beautiful houses and the smell of fresh stroopwafels. Welcome back to day 6 of our European adventure. Today, we're in Amsterdam, the city of canals and bikes. We're taking it easy with a relaxing canal tour. It's the best way to see Amsterdam. After the tour, wander through the charming streets, pop into a cozy cafe for a stroopwafel, or rent a bike and explore like a local. Just try not to fall into a canal. Greetings from Berlin, everyone. Can you believe it's already day 7 of our European adventure? Time flies when you're having fun, or when you're jet-lagged and hopped up on stroopwafels. Either way, get ready for another incredible day. Today, we're diving headfirst into history with a visit to the Berlin Wall. I know, history isn't always everyone's favorite thing, but trust me on this one. The Berlin Wall is more than just a wall. It's a symbol of division, resilience, and ultimately, hope. Take some time to walk along the East Side Gallery, a preserved section of the wall transformed into an open-air art gallery. You'll see powerful murals and graffiti art from artists all over the world, each with its own story to tell. It's a truly moving and inspiring experience. And the best part? Visiting the Berlin Wall is absolutely free. That means you'll have more euros to spend on currywurst and pretzels later. Because, let's be real, no trip to Germany is complete without a little indulgence. Welcome back to Berlin, everybody! I hope you're well rested because we've got another jam-packed day ahead of us. Today, we're checking off another iconic landmark from our list, the Brandenburg Gate. It's like the Eiffel Tower of Berlin, but with fewer lovelocks and probably fewer pigeons. Now I know what you're thinking. Another historical monument? Can't we just go eat some schnitzel? And to that I say, patience, my friend. The Brandenburg Gate is worth a visit, I promise. It's a symbol of German reunification and a pretty impressive photo op. Plus, it's free to visit. You can just stroll right up to it, take a million selfies, and maybe even strike a pose like you're holding the gate up yourself. I've always wanted to try that. And once you've had your fill of history, the city is your oyster. Explore the trendy neighborhoods of Prenzlauer Berg and Friedrichshain, check out the street art scene, or visit one of Berlin's many museums. Or hey, if you're feeling brave, how about some karaoke? Hey everyone! Welcome back to my epic European adventure. We're on day 9, and guess what? We're in Prague! Can you believe it? It feels like just yesterday we were eating those delicious donuts in Paris. So we hopped on a train from Berlin, and let me tell you, the scenery on the way was just breathtaking. Rolling hills, charming villages, it was like something out of a fairy tale. And speaking of fairy tales, Prague is straight out of one. It's like stepping back in time with these beautiful castles and cobblestone streets. First stop, Prague Castle. This thing is massive, you guys. It's actually the largest ancient castle complex in the world. Did you know that? I felt like royalty just walking around, taking it all in. And the view from the castle is incredible. You can see the whole city. Oh, and I can't forget to mention the food. We had some traditional Czech dumplings, and oh my goodness, they were so good. I think I could eat my weight in dumplings. Seriously. Anyway, Prague is amazing, and I can't wait to show you more. Good morning from Prague, day 10 of our European adventure, and I'm feeling energized and ready to explore more of this magical city. Today, we're taking on Charles Bridge, one of the most famous landmarks in Prague. Now, I've walked across a lot of bridges in my life, but this one is truly special. It's lined with these incredible statues on both sides, each with its own unique story. I swear, you could spend hours just admiring the craftsmanship. And the views from the bridge? Don't even get me started. We also wandered through the Old Town Square, which is like a scene out of a storybook. There was this amazing astronomical clock that puts on a little show every hour. It's been around since the 1400s, can you imagine? They sure knew how to build things to last back then. And of course, no trip to Prague is complete without trying some Trdelnik, those delicious chimney cakes they sell everywhere. I got mine with Nutella and strawberries, and it was pure heaven. Seriously, if you ever come to Prague, put this on your list. Well, folks, we said goodbye to Prague today and hopped on a train to Vienna, Austria. I know, another country, another adventure. It's hard to keep up with me on this trip, right? But trust me, you're going to love Vienna. The train ride was smooth sailing, and we got to relax and enjoy the scenery. Plus, you know me, I can't resist a good snack cart. I may or may not have eaten an entire bag of gummy bears. Don't judge. Our first stop in Vienna was Schönbrunn Palace, which is the former summer residence of the Habsburg emperors. And let me tell you, these emperors lived large. The palace is absolutely stunning, with these gorgeous gardens and fountains. I felt like I was in an episode of Bridgerton or something. After exploring the palace, we wandered around the city center and stumbled upon this cute little cafe. We had some Viennese coffee and apple strudel, and it was the perfect way to end our first day in Vienna. Welcome back to Vienna, everybody. Or as I like to call it, Vienna fully charming. Get it? Because it's full of charm? Okay, moving on. You've had your taste of Schönbrunn Palace, but now it's time to dive into the heart of the city. And by heart, I mean St. Stephen's Cathedral, which is conveniently located right in the center of Vienna. This isn't just any cathedral, people. It's over 800 years old. Imagine all the stories those walls could tell. And the stained glass? Breathtaking. You could get lost in the beauty of it all. But don't get too lost, you've got exploring to do. After you've soaked up all that history, take a stroll through the city. Vienna is known for its coffee culture, so find a charming little cafe, grab a cup of joe, and maybe a slice of Sachertorte. It's a chocolate cake, and let me tell you, it's as delicious as it sounds. Trust me, I'm an expert on delicious things. And while you're wandering, keep an eye out for those horse-drawn carriages. They're like something out of a fairy tale. I'm not saying you have to ride in one, but if you do, make sure to wave to the people passing by. Let's go! We're off to Venice, Italy today. You know what that means? Gondola rides. If you're traveling with someone special, this is your chance to recreate that spaghetti scene from Lady and the Tramp. Just, maybe skip the sharing food with a dog part. To get to Venice, we're hopping on a high-speed train. It's the best way to see the countryside and pretend you're in a movie montage. Once you arrive, drop your bags and head straight for the canals because, well, it's Venice. You can't miss out on a gondola ride. Sure, it's a little touristy, and okay, it's a little pricey at around 80 euros. But come on, you're being serenaded down a canal in a beautifully crafted boat. You're basically royalty. And speaking of royalty tonight, let's treat ourselves like kings and queens with some authentic Italian pizza. Because when in Venice, right? After pizza, stroll around the streets, get lost, and soak in the atmosphere. And if you happen to stumble upon a gelateria, well, it'd be rude not to try a scoop. Or two, just saying. Tomorrow, we explore even more of this magical city. Good morning from Venice. I hope you slept well because we've got another day in this incredible city. Today, we're going to soak up some culture and history, and maybe a little sunshine too. First up is St. Mark's Basilica, one of the most famous churches in the world. It's absolutely free to enter, but the real treasure is the architecture and the history. This isn't just a church, it's a masterpiece. After you've had your fill of art and history, it's time for another Venetian classic shopping. And no, I don't mean those I Heart Venice t-shirts. We're talking about the beautiful Murano glass and Burano lace. These are traditional crafts, people. Find a unique piece to take home as a souvenir of your Venetian adventure. And while you're at it, why not pick up a few carnival masks? Venice is famous for its elaborate masks, and they make for a pretty cool souvenir. Plus, you can wear it on the plane ride home and pretend you're a mysterious international person of intrigue. Tonight, let's indulge in some delicious Venetian seafood. Find a restaurant with a view of the canals, order yourself some fresh pasta and seafood, and just enjoy the magic of And that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of Western Europe. We've seen incredible sights from the Eiffel Tower to Venice canals, made memories to last a lifetime. It's your trip. Do what makes you happy. Like, share, and subscribe for more adventures. Until next time, safe travels from VueX.